Shalom, friends. As I had mentioned to some people recently, I wanted to put up just a bit of inspiration, encouragement while we go through this very unsettled season. And today, of course, was really, excuse my camera work, I'm walking down a very snow-covered road right here. Today was really just another chapter in this unfolding tale. But today I went and did my normal Monday tasks, chores, errands, very purposefully paying attention, and of course missing entirely what the Lord was showing me while I was in the midst of it. And it wasn't until upon reflection as I was driving home that I realized the Lord had showed me something beautiful. What brings us together as humanity is far stronger than what is trying to pull us apart by disease. This morning when I went into a grocery store that I go into pretty much every Monday, surprised by the amount of products on the shelves except for one aisle, and I imagine you can fill that aisle in. I was amazed by how much was on the shelves and by how much people were paying attention to what they needed. And my wife had given me a couple things that if I could pick them up before I went home, that would be great. And of course, I'm a guy, so I don't always know where everything is or supposed to be. But as I was standing there looking confused, kind of like this, several times in this endeavor, older people would stop and say, "Excuse me, could you reach that for me?" And of course I did, and it happened a number of times. And of course, as I'm handing it to them or putting it in their cart, they were grateful and shared a couple words. And then as I was checking out, usually, the clerks are in a hurry and they need to keep us moving along to keep people moving along. But today there were three of them at the register making sure things were going smoothly, but they were talking and we were talking, and I tried to make them laugh, which they did readily, because I think people are looking for assurance. And I don't think they're looking for assurance on the TV or from leaders in offices far away. They're looking for assurance from their neighbors, from those who they share community with. And I believe that's the most important thing. And interestingly enough, this week's Torah portion is called Vayichal, which means, and he gathered, Moses gathered the children of Israel as part of a double portion, Vayichal Pechude, where he gathers the children of Israel. And so this week we're reading about a gathering at a time when we are being encouraged not to gather. But then the Lord showed me that it is another gathering that is the heart of the message. And after Moses releases the children of Israel back to their tents, and they begin to bring gifts for the Mishkan, for the construction of the tabernacle, and they bring gold and silver and bronze and fabric and furs and skins and all kinds of fine jewels and what have you. And each one of those things that they bring represent a point of connection as they freely give from their heart. And what this is showing us is the generosity, the kindness, that when we are stirred with a purpose, and when we take our attention off of ourselves and we put it on to a communal purpose, then we begin to see how we are linked together. And the children of Israel saw beautifully how they were linked together, and how when Moses as a leader brought all of those components together, the presence of God rested among them. So friends, today, this mission that we're on as a society is not going to be about who is the most heroic, but it is going to be continued acts of kindness as we turn to help the person who is in need, to assist to reach that upper shelf, to be there, to check on them, to pray for them, to pray with them. We need to pray for each other. We need to pray for our civic leaders. We need to pray for our religious leaders. We need to pray for our local business owners who are going to bear a terrible brunt from this period of time. Continue as much as you can to reach out to local businesses. Hey man, I'm still going to go and buy the same food we buy on different days of the week from the same people, even if I got to eat it in the car. I don't care. I just want the food. But these are families that we're supporting. And ultimately what binds us together, what brings us together, kindness. And in that process of kindness, we find a beautiful illustration of how the Lord weaves all of these together for a habitation for Him to dwell. I know there's encouragement in there. And I know that we're all nervous and we're all afraid. I can honestly say I'm not. I'm not being bold or brave. But I honestly see the Lord is moving among and with those who are willing to open themselves up to what He is doing in this hour. So let's remember the other person. Let's check on our neighbors. Let's call those people that we share community with. Let's talk just for another moment at the cash register. Let's encourage them. Let's tell them we're praying for them. And each of those ladies at the checkout thanked me for saying, I will pray for each of you. Please stay safe in this season. So friends, I pray you found something of inspiration. I'm going to be putting up probably shorter little things than this because I was walking down a hill and I was a little distracted. But I pray for each of you. Pray for me. I have a lot of decisions that need to be made. And I never, in my preparation for ministry, ever dreamed I'd be in a position, or any of us would be in a position like this. So shalom, my friends. I'm praying for you as you pray for me. And when we see each other out, let's not hide. Let's say hello. Let's talk. Keeping a safe distance. But let's talk. Amen. Amen.